Doom. I think Armor of Faith is actually pretty useful. It has a short duration, but it enables him to actually absorb damage. So that would be pretty useful. And there's always Bless. I mean, that's nice. Yeah, I think I'm gonna have him Detect Evil. Nah, I don't think that's really all that useful right now. Bless and Armor of Faith, I think, are what he's gonna have ready. It's for Chihiro. Alright, Entangle is just a pain in the butt spell. And she is our healer, really, so I think we're just gonna have her prepare lots of healing spells. Alright, and here, what is this? Charm Person or Mammal? I think only one of these instances is necessary. Let's see, resist fire, resist cold. Yeah, that probably would be good. Alright, whew, Call Lightning, only really useful outdoors. Hold Animal, not likely to run into that in a city. Spell Magic would be more useful. What is this? Cure Disease. Strength of 1. Makes everyone in the party strong for 1 turn. And then of course there's Summon Insects, useful for fighting mages. Although, will it attack other party members? Attack 1 enemy. Alright. Any single creature. Alright, victim fights. Swarm will repeatedly bite the target, being a big pain in the neck. Alright, I guess it only attacks 1 creature. But still, that could be pretty useful. And not nearly as hazardous as that. So maybe Summon Insects then instead. Alright, and 1 healing spell. Alright, here, a strong healing spell and Call Woodland Beings, which summons a nymph, which can do all kinds of useful things. I think that's pretty practical there. Ah yes, and her 5th level spell, we decided to go with Iron Skins. That will help make her extra durable in fights, which is helpful. Okay, good. Alright, I suppose we're all prepared to rest then. Make sure everyone's properly equipped. Yep.
You require nothing more?
Let's rest. I'd like to see your services. Alright, we can get up to Peasant, Merchant, and Noble resting quarters. I think people want to have a drink, though. Some Golden Sands, some mead, some bitter black ale, and I think Kered will have some Golden Sands. One should beware of walking in the slums of the bridge district late at night. Footpads and muggers openly attack you, amongst other forms of trouble we hear. And Kered will have some mead, too. Alright. Considering noble quarters are not that expensive, I think the party will stay in that for the night. Rooms are of excellent quality at a somewhat reasonable price. Definite luxury for those accustomed to sleeping under an open sky. None but the most pampered dandy would have complaints of these accommodations. Okay, the party rests uneventfully for the night.
I await your need.
Still injured the next day, so they're gonna have to take care of that. Which they will. Healing Yoshimo. And Chihiro healing Alright, Kered is out of healing.
You fight!
I'm out of healing. I think I'm going to turn down all the volume just a little bit. It's actually pretty loud, especially the voice volume. Alright, that should help. Okay. That's a little less glaring for me. Okay.
If you think it is wise to do so, it is done.
Okay, very good. So the party is all rested up and healed to general satisfaction. Kered is going to identify some of these items. I can identify 4 of them, so I suppose that he will identify some of these wands. Alright, I suppose first things first. A Wand of Fire, of which we are very familiar. Let's see. Wand of Monster Summoning, we could just recognize that, apparently. Are these anything else we can recognize at a glance? No, it doesn't seem that way. Alright, I guess we have to manually identify the other ones. How about this? Wand of Cloud Kill. Nasty. Let's see. Wand of Frost. Useful for engaging single targets. And one more item to identify. How about this one? Wand of Lightning. Alright. So we have quite a few very useful wands at our disposal. I think we'll stick with the Wand of Frost for now. And keep maybe our more permanent items kind of maybe stocked up over here instead. A little bit of organizing, Kered style. Okay, good. Alright, that should be enough of that. And he also has to summon up Scales, because he misses him. There's Scales. Scales the pseudo dragon. Hey, how you doing, buddy? Alright, here I'll talk to him.
Just as I thought.
The small dragon-like creature flutters its wings happily, looking at you with almost kaleidoscope eyes. You wish something? And awaits your attention, tail flicking. So, how are you? Everything okay down there, Scales? Dragon flicks its tail with pleasure and gazes up at you with colorful eyes. So long as you are well, my lord, then I am well. I do like traveling with you, very much, my lord. Do you have an apple? I could roast the apple a little and then eat it down. Apples are good. Hey, he seems pretty cheerful. You have any advice for us, Scales? Familiar cranes its neck back and looking up at you with a slightly bewildered expression. You wish to ask me for advice, my lord? Dragon looks about quizzically before turning its multifaceted eyes back upon you. We go to the place of the poor? The slums, my lord? I do not know. May suggest we go to the slums. Odd. Well, let's pet and play with it. Dragon coos with delight, its multicolored eyes swirling as you pat its warm leathery hide. You are very kind to me, my lord, it purrs. And then turns back to just milling about. Alright. And just for safety's sakes, I think Kered is going to want to carry Scales around with him under most circumstances, so... Guess what, Scales? It's time to hop back into our backpack. I'm going to pick you up and put you in my pack where it's safer. Its eyes brighten and practically leaps into your arms, ready to bestow amongst your belongings where it can sleep and occasionally poke its head out. So there's Scales the Familiar. Wow, with an armor class of -2 and 24 hit points, 50% magic resistance. It gets 2 attacks per round at Thaco 13 for 1 to 3 damage. Save or be rendered unconscious for 120 seconds. And also cast Blur. Pretty nice. Scales the Pseudo Dragon, currently curled up and safe within your backpack. Quite intelligent, fairly well armored, and quick. Does not do it much damage, but its claws can knock enemies out. Also resists spells and can blur itself. Very handy. Very handy indeed. But Kered wouldn't want Scales to be put in the way of danger unnecessarily, so we'll just kind of leave it at that. Oh, and because he actually has a familiar, Kered's hit points are bolstered to 44, which is actually pretty decent for him. So, okay then. Well, I suppose we could leave or head upstairs. Yeah, let's head upstairs and see what's up there.
I go.
Me timber's bad enough without ye bothering me.
Menkar Pebble Crusher. Ha! If I daren't be a puny human dressed up as a mighty adventurer, I'd say R. Did your mama let you out from under her skirt, little one? Best ye be running now.
That's a good jest, Menkar, my friend.
A good jest, says Smelly. A good jest, he says.
Come on, you tell your stinking fart-smelling imp to stop calling me Smelly. The name be Smell of Orc Slicer. If he does say it again, I'll smash him into impish goo.
Papa, Smelly is threatening me again, he is. Threatening.
Amon of the Purple Brotherhood says, calm yourself, Pookie. As for you, you barbarian knucklehead, Threaten my familiar once again, and you'll spend the rest of the evening as a toad. I understood?
What? You dare besmirch the honor of Smeel of Orcslicer? I will...
Enough, blast it! I tire of ye bickering. Now as for ye, little human, ye'd best take yourself somewhere where ye be most welcome. This bar be big enough only for us and nae more. Now, this isn't a bar, this is actually apparently a series of rooms for sleeping. Well, Kered is a bit well rested and kind of looking for allies right now, so maybe he would try to be a little conciliatory and say, how about I buy you a drink? No need for us to be on harsh terms. You can take your drink and shove it where the sun won't be shining, you blasted lily human. I'll nae associate with a quivering weakling in me own bar, so be off with ye.
Hey, you is so funny, Mankar. Smaelov laughs heartily at your insulting manner.
Someone named Brennan saying, really, Mankar, is all this necessary? Lest you agitate everyone who comes into this bar. Blasted right I might. Me be celebrating, Brennan, and I'll be damned if I'm going to drink while the odor of ye unhuman offends me nostrils. Now off, human, before he has a taste of me axe. Wow, he's actually getting pretty violent now. Alright. Yeah, I don't think Kered is really quite angry enough to pick a fight. I'll say fine, leave you and your group alone, bunch of bastards. Ha! Off ye go then, cur. Hang your tail twixt your legs and scurry off like the cowardly dog that ye are. R.
As I would have done.
Well, it's lucky that, these jerks didn't catch, Kered in a bad mood. Otherwise, he might have challenged them. But, that would hardly be appropriate. Arrive in town and start picking fights with other adventuring parties.
I thought as much.
That would not be very professional. Apparently the store is small and sells only sundries, nothing of any value. So let's take a peek around town. This looks fairly important. Someone named Mira.
Anything you need, I can likely provide, I assure you.
Good business to you. I have not seen you here today. Have I the fortune of meeting a stranger to the city of Coin?
Yeah, I'm new, yes, but my business is my own, Jihir would say.
No need to sell me on your need for privacy, good lady. I am Mira, proprietor of this stall and its wares. Look at the goods and ask whatever you wish.
Oh, do you know anything of the Keld wizards?
The wizards? Ach, 'tis red ink to even discuss them. Magic is foreclosed here in Amen, and I know little of the wizards and their kind.
Really? Magic is foreclosed? But we just cast... I mean, we knew they showed up to take Imlin and Arenicus for casting spells, but we cast spells inside the inn and they didn't seem to bother us. I have to be careful about that, though. Can you perhaps tell us something of the Shadow Thieves here in Athkatla?
Shadow thieves? I know, little lady, and I consider myself a pearl for the lack. All crime in the city can be attributed to them.
Well, apparently they're the source of crime around here. Well, I'm looking for special equipment, perhaps something potent and magical. Do you have something like that?
I sometimes have a bauble or two of such a quality in my wares, but not often.
Alright, well, let me take a look what you have in stock then.
But of course, you'll find that Mira is no kobold when it comes to quality and affordability.
Alright. She has various weapons. Nothing remarkable thus far. Oh, she's got plate armor. That's very expensive. Let's see, arrows, magic bolts, magic bullets. Potions, and potions of heroism. And she can identify things. Okay, well, not really interested in that. Oh, here's that circus tent we saw earlier. That looks interesting.
For the glory of Arm!
Soldier saying, "Hold! This tent has been closed off for your own safety, citizen. The circus has been closed until this matter is resolved." Why? What has occurred here? We are not exactly sure. There was no problem until a show was scheduled earlier in the morning. Hardly the show began well enough, and then something occurred. Nobody has come out of the tent who went in for the show, and everyone we have sent in to investigate has not come out either. Foul magic is no doubt involved here. We are waiting for the Keld wizards to arrive. They will be able to solve this, I'm sure. So nobody all has gotten out? Well, we have been told that one of the animal trainers darted out after the show began. We've not been able to find him as of yet. Oh, well, we can handle ourselves. Perhaps we could solve the problem. Here, for you. Very well, then. I'll not stop if you wish to risk yourself, citizen. You were warned. Yoshimo saying, let me try my best, Yoshimo. We should be careful, Kered. There's no telling what is going on within the city. Guard can't handle it. Be prepared for anything, is what I always say.
Onward, then.
I guess we should be careful. What's this kid doing here?
Who are you?
My mom is still inside. They say she can't come out.
We'll see what we can do, little boy.
Okay, sir.
And saying, we must help this child. I will find who took his mother and teach him a thing or three about decency, respect, and keeping their heads off of people's parents.
No trouble out of you.
Okay. I guess we should head into this town and find out what is going on in here.
Done.
Upon stepping through the tent door, the world seems to shift. When it settles, you find yourself standing at one end of a bizarre walkway as the wind blows over you. A massive tower rises on the other side of the bridge. The tent door is nowhere to be found. You shall have to go forward.
I am willing.
Being approached by a genie.
Aha! I see a wayfarer has come to amuse Kala.
Must answer a riddle, naturally. Here I will allow you to pass this bridge. Are you ready to hear it? I'd actually prefer to know who this Kala is before I play any of your games.
Kala does not reveal himself to those who are not worthy.
Are you ready to begin? Well, before we begin, tell us why we'd want to pass over this bridge.
Because it is symbolic of your progression to enlightenment and understanding, fool.
Are you ready to proceed? Fine, very well, we're ready.
Excellent. A princess is as old as the prince will be, when the princess is twice as old as the prince was, when the princess's age was half the sum of their present age. Which of the following, then, could be true?
So the princess is as old as the prince will be. So the princess is as old as the prince will be. So that means the princess is older than the prince.